Hi everybody, welcome to Crochet by Starlight. Today we're going to be working on these adorable baby bottle covers. So we're just going to be making this simple cover here, and this one I've used a 100% cotton yarn. Actually with all of them I'm using 100% cotton yarn. I like to use the cotton because it doesn't have quite as much stretch as the acrylic, and because it has the ability to absorb some moisture. So if there's some spills, excuse me, or some condensation going on with that bottle, this will help to absorb that. They're machine washable, and with this one you can see I added a little embellishment. I added some leaves, some top stitching here with a little flower. In this one I added a patch, and all of the covers have a little handle. So this one has a button handle, and this one has a Velcro handle. So what these handles do is they allow you the opportunity to take this bottle cover with you when you're out shopping, when you're out just having a good time, maybe you're jogging, something like that, and you have your baby with you and you want a nice secure place to stash that bottle that doesn't take up any extra room, because sometimes those strollers don't have quite enough space up there for your coffee or your drink, your bottle of water, baby's things. If you're out at the grocery store and you got baby in that car seat or in the stroller seat or in the basket seat, and you need some room for the bottle, and you got groceries and you got babies reaching for things, this little thing will help you hang it onto that handle. You can hang it onto your purse, onto a diaper bag, and I've even considered hanging this onto a belt buckle. So if you're out and about and holding hands with your toddler, perhaps you can use this. It does fit on this toddler sippy cup. I did try this. My granddaughter happens to be using something similar, so I wanted to make sure that I could send her a cute little cover for her sippy cup that her mom can take with her when they go out places, so that she's not having to constantly reach in and out of that diaper bag or her own bag, and my little granddaughter can have access to her sippy cup. Here is a simple one that we're going to be making today, and it's covering a just regular basic baby bottle. This one's a 9-ounce baby bottle. It'll also work for your water bottles if you have the little 12.9 ounce, I think it is, water bottle, the plastic water bottles. That'll work for you. Again, it works for your sippy cups and for the baby bottles. You can see that they're almost the same size. Sippy cup is a tad bit wider on the bottom, but they do stretch a little. Not a lot, but a little, to allow that. It also has an elastic band here sewn in, or actually crocheted into the top to help it grip that bottle. And so we're going to go ahead and get started. What you're going to need to use today is some cotton yarn, and I'm using Premier Home cotton yarn. It is a size 4 medium weight. We're going to be using a size G4 crochet hook. If you want to add Velcro, if you want to add Velcro for that closure, then make sure you have some Velcro. This is just some 3/4 inch Velcro that I got at the store. You're going to need to use a stitch marker since we are working in the round. If you're opting not to use Velcro, then a button, and this one's about 1 inch in diameter. You'll need a hair tie, just an elastic hair tie, and that'll help make that little stretchy section. What I've also showing you is the little applique, and that's if you want to do some kind of ornamentation decoration on your baby bottle cover. That's what I've used here, just a cute little patch, little applique. This is a little monkey one. I thought it would go really cute with that brown yarn. You need a pair of scissors, and you'll need a darning needle. So there's one. I have a whole little collection of them, so when we get around to actually sewing in some ends, I'll use that, or sewing on the actual strap. So these are the things you're going to need today to get started, and let's go ahead and begin. This tutorial does call for using the magic circle, so if you're not familiar with the magic circle, then you can go ahead, and I do have a video tutorial. I will link that in the description box below, and if you're not familiar, you can go ahead and watch that tutorial, practice on that magic circle. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So for the magic circle, I grasp the tail of my yarn between my thumb and my first two fingers, wrap it around, cross it over, insert my hook under the first loop, grab it, and twist. And that's all I do to my magic circles. I'm going to go ahead and chain 2, and then I'm going to put 9 half double crochets into this circle. So this is just to start our cover. So the first chain 2 does count as a stitch, so we will end up with 10 total. So there's 3, whoops, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm going to pull my tail just to make it a little tighter. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so we are working in the round. So we're going to go ahead and double count our stitches here to make sure we've got the right amount. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 with that loop on it. Okay, so we've got our 10 half double crochets. We're going to go ahead and slip stitch into the top of our chain 2 that we started with, just like that. Okay, so for this first round, we are going to need to chain 1, and we're going to use our stitch marker, insert our hook into the same stitch as our chain 1, yarn over, and make another half double crochet. So we'll put our stitch marker in that first, chain 1, and we're going to put 2 half double crochets in each stitch around. So you should end up with 20 half double crochets, and that is including your chain 1 that you used to start. So just go ahead and put half double crochets, 2 in each stitch around, to get to that 20. Okay, so let's see, we have a couple stitches to go. Almost there. So when you're working in the round, you want to make sure that you use your stitch markers, because if you lose your spot, end up with the wrong count somehow, it's really challenging to go back and find your space. You don't have to use this kind of stitch marker. You can use whatever you want, scrap yarn, paper clip, safety pin, whatever works. So we should have 20. Let's count. 1 with our stitch marker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So we can take our stitch marker out, and we're going to go on to row 2. Yarn over, because this is going to be 2 half double crochets followed by 1 half double crochet. So we're going to insert our hook, draw up our loop, and make our first half double crochet. So that's 1, insert into that same stitch, whoops, grab our yarn, draw up a loop, and that's 2. So we want to make sure that we're putting our stitch marker in there. So I'm going to put it into our first half double crochet. So there's 2. The next stitch is 1 half double crochet. So then 2 in the next, 1 and 2, followed by 1 half double crochet in the next. Okay, so that is your pattern. Go ahead and complete this row, and at the end of this row you should have 30 half double crochets, and I'll meet you back when you have 30. Okay, so here we are at the end of row 2. I have my 30 half double crochets, and this is what I have so far. So I'm going to begin row 3, and for row 3 we're going to half double crochet in the first 5. So there's 1. I'm going to get my stitch marker, put that right in there to keep track. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, those are my 5 half double crochets. Then I'm going to do 2 half double crochets into the next stitch. 1 and 2. And I'm going to repeat this pattern all the way around to the end. And when I get to the end, I'm going to have 35 half double crochets. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, followed by 2 half double crochets into the next stitch. So there's 1 and 2. So you're going to repeat that 2 more times, or however many times it needs to get to the end. 1, that's too much math for me right now. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2. 1 and 2. Okay, so you have that. Keep going until you get to the end. Again, you'll have 35 half double crochets, and I'll meet you back. Okay, so now we have our 35 half double crochets. Now for the next 10, 11 rounds from round 4 through round 14, you are going to put 1 half double crochet in each stitch. So you'll have 35 half double crochets in each for the next 10, 11 rounds here from row 4 to row 14. So that's 1, 2, 3, and we're just going to go 35. Row 5, 6, 7, 8 to 14 are going to have 35 half double crochets. So go ahead and pause this video and meet me back here when you have completed 35 half double crochets up to round 14. Okay, so how'd you all do? I finished up to row 14. So this is what it looks like now. And if we get our baby bottle, stick it inside, you can see it's got a lot of room in there, which is why it makes it perfect for larger sizes. Our little toddler cup here fits in there just fine. And now we're ready to start decreasing. Okay, so row 15, we're going to half double crochet 2 together. If you don't know how to half double crochet 2 together, we're going to go over it real quickly here, but I'm also going to do another video tutorial. I will have that in the links below, so we'll take a little more time going over that. So basically, for half double crochet 2 together to start row 15, we're going to yarn over, insert our hook into the next stitch, draw up a loop, we're going to yarn over and pull through that first stitch. So now we have 3. Insert our hook into the next stitch, grab the yarn, yarn over, pull through that first loop on our hook, yarn over, and then pull through the remaining 4. Okay, so now that's double crochet or half double crochet 2 together. So that becomes our first stitch. We're going to go ahead and place our stitch marker there, and then we are going to half double crochet in the rest of the stitches around to finish this row. So we're going to have 34 half double crochets when we're done. So go ahead and just finish your half double crochets around. And join me back when you've reached the end. Okay, I'm on my 33rd half double crochet to finish that, so that gives me 34 total for this round, for round 15. Now for round 16, we're going to start off with our half double crochet 2 together for our first stitch. Okay, so go ahead and do your half double crochet 2 together. There we go. Okay, we're going to mark that stitch, and then we are going to half double crochet in the next 15. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, whoops, get it in there, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, so now we need to do another half double crochet two together. So yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, draw through the first one, insert, pull up a loop, draw through the first one, draw through all 4 loops on the hook. Come on. Keeps getting stuck on something. There we go. Okay, that's that one. 15 half double crochets to finish. 1, excuse me, 2, 3, 4, and we'll just go all the way to the end. Meet me up when you've finished your 15. Okay, so now that you've added your last 15 half double crochets, you will have 32 half double crochets in this round. Now for round 17 and the final round, we are going to actually half double crochet around our elastic band. We're going to yarn over, and we're going to put our put our hook through that band, and we're going to grab our yarn. Whoops, I forgot to yarn over. Yarn over. Where'd my little band go? There we go. Yarn over. Insert our hook, okay, insert it through that band. So now you have your yarn over for your half double, your hook inserted into that first loop of our next stitch, or into the loop of our next stitch, both loops. You've got your band and you've got your working yarn. So you're just going to grab that yarn and pull it through and finish your half double crochet. Yarn over. Now you've got your band here. Insert, and then just work over it as if it's just part of the stitch. So you're just going to work over it, continue to go all the way around. So when you're finished with this row, we are going to go ahead and finish off, and then we'll be working on the little handle portion of it. So go ahead and work all the way around your elastic band and finish up row 17. Okay, so I've worked all the way around. As you can see, our band is pretty well hidden in there. So I'm just going to slip stitch to close. Whoops, slip stitch, let me get back in the camera view. So I've worked all the way around. As you can see, my band is pretty well hidden in there. So I'm just going to slip stitch into the next one real quick just to finish that off. Leave a little bit of a tail for hiding that in. Pull it through. And there you have it. There is our baby bottle cover. And you can just stretch it open. Let me move my tail out of the way. Stretch it open. Insert that bottle. There you go. Perfect. And it's got a little room, like I said, so you can insert a little bit bigger bottle, but this elastic here is going to keep it pretty snug on there. So it's not easy to come out, okay? And then we are going to work on our handle. Now, if you want to decorate it, I would suggest doing that now. Here's just a quick little butterfly, and you can just attach that. This is made with acrylic yarn, and just attach that on there if you want to add a little flower, if you want to add the patch. This is kind of how it would look. You know, you can do it at an angle. Really cute, simple, sweet. Pull that out. Now for the handle, it just kind of depends on how you want your handle. If you want it with the Velcro, or if you want it with the button. With the Velcro, you're just going to do an easy chain of 41, and then just do 4 rows, and then you'll just add your Velcro. You'll add one piece. Here's the open end of it, right? So we have one piece here on this side, and then if you fold that other end over, we have the other piece there. That way you can just make a little handle that way. So if that's what you want to do for Velcro, like I said, chain 41, turn, 40, chain 1, turn, 40, chain 1, turn, 40, chain 1, turn, and you're done. Then you'll just take a piece of yarn and your darning needle and attach that handle securely to your pouch. If you are going to be making the buttonhole like this, I will show you how to do that. It's really simple. And then you'll just attach your button to one end of that strap. And then obviously your other buttonhole end will be the one that goes around and secures it. So we'll go ahead and start that buttonhole end just so you can get an idea of how to make that buttonhole in case you're not familiar with making a buttonhole. So now we're ready to start our handle part. So we're just going to make a slip knot on our hook and chain 41. Let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You can count. So do your chain 41 and meet me back when you've got all those. Okay, so I've got my chain 41 here, and I'm just going to go ahead and insert my hook into the second chain from the hook and single crochet across. So you will have 40 single crochet at the end of this round. So go ahead and just single crochet in each of those chain stitches till you get to the end, and I'll meet you right here. Okay, so we're at the end of this row. I've got my 40 single crochets going in there. I'm going to chain 1 and turn. So for this row, we are going to do the buttonhole. So if you're not doing the buttonhole and you're going to put Velcro on yours, just go ahead and do 3 more rows of single crochets, finish off, and you're done. If you're doing the buttonhole, go ahead and follow me. So we've chained 1. We're going to insert our hook into that first one, and we're going to work 1, 2, and 3 single crochets. We are going to chain 3. We are going to skip 2, and we are going to insert a hook into the third stitch. And that is going to create our buttonhole. You can see that right there. So we're going to go ahead and single crochet to the end. So when you've got all of your stitches to the end in, meet me back here and we will finish off. Okay, so I've finished row 2. I'm going to chain 1 and I'm going to turn my work, insert my hook into that first stitch, do my first single crochet, and I'm going to single crochet all the way down until I get to my chain 3 space. Now when I get to my chain 3 space, I'm going to work 2 single crochets into that chain 3 space, and then I'm going to finish off by single crocheting into my last 3 single crochets. So I'll meet you back here at that chain 3 space. Go ahead and complete your single crochets up until that segment. Okay, so here we go. Here's my chain 3 space. I'm just going to work 2 single crochets into that space. There we go. Then I'm going to finish my last 3 single crochets for this row. There we go. Chain 1 and turn. And so this last row is just going to be single crochet all the way across. Okay, so here we are at the end. I've worked my last single crochet, and here is my buttonhole. Now, if you want to kind of even this out, you can add 1 more row. But when you stitch it on, I think it'll be just fine. So here we are. I've worked my last row. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut that off. This is what I have left of that original ball, and I didn't make a handle for my first one, so I have 2 completed bottle holders and 1 full handle. This is more than likely not enough to make a full handle. It could, I haven't tried it, so you may not be able to get 2 complete sets, especially once you have stitched this onto your holder, but you would go ahead and add your button. So you would want to stitch that in, so that might take up a tad bit of yarn just to make sure that it's nice and stuck on there, so that there's no risk of that baby getting that. And then it'll close up just like that. It's hard to do it because it's not stitched on, but it'll close up just like that. And what you'll want to do is you'll want to stitch your button on. Actually, you want to stitch this onto your bottle holder. So you want to stitch, I would say about 3 inches, 2.5 to 3 inches on there if you're doing the button. Then attach your button, and then you'll be done. You'll just go ahead and close that up, and you'll be done. If you like to make it a little shorter, you can attach more, however you feel comfortable. It doesn't really matter because it's going to end up just kind of coming over. So however much loop you want to have at the top, and then you put your button on there and you stitch that on. If you're doing the Velcro, like I've said before with the handle, it's going to take up a little more room because you're going to need to fold it over onto itself that way. So that's how that would look. You would go ahead and attach your Velcro, and then that'll have that closure for you, okay? So that's basically all there is to creating a cute, sweet, simple baby bottle holder. You can add a flower, you can add a little butterfly, you can add a monkey. With the monkey, I think I'm going to do grass on the bottom, and then I'm going to actually crochet a little tree for him to hang in, and that's going to be the next one that I work on, and he's going to be made with this color yarn, I think. So that's all there is to it. If you liked this tutorial and want to see more, please subscribe to my channel. Hit that little bell button at the top so that you can be notified when new videos become available. I would like to encourage you to leave a comment, share this video with friends who may also want to make something for the little ones in their lives or for baby gifts. The written pattern will be available for purchase on Etsy and Ravelry. The links to both of those will be in the description box below, along with the link to the tutorial about half double crochets and how to do the magic circle. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day, and as always, happy hooking!